Welcome back to another episode of Natural Mojo, and I'd like to say Happy New Year. We have all made it around another rotation of the sun, and we're going to individually do that through our upcoming birthdays. I just had one myself, and it threw me into a little bit of introspection about something. And it's not that I want to be doom and gloomy with you, that's not my intention at all. But we here out in the West and in more developed countries tend to focus on youth and looking to get younger, and everything we can do, whether we're swallowing copious amounts of supplements or dieting or fasting or what have you, just focusing in on being younger, looking younger, acting younger, getting younger. We are so youth obsessed in this society. We have forgotten one very important fact of life. That one day, and for sometime very soon, we will all blink out of existence. That's right, we'll die. And dying and death have seemed to become this dirty word in our culture. And it's a disservice to us. We are doing ourselves a huge disservice by not paying attention to the fact that one day we'll no longer be here. We are acting as if we have all the time in the world. That's a quote from the philosopher poet Rumi. We don't have all the time in the world. If you've had relatives or anybody in your family that have passed on, you know this to be true, yet we somehow quickly ignore this blatant fact of life and go on, and we live our life distracted, pushing things away or pushing things into the next day, thinking we can go and pick it up at any point in time. Let's for a fact push it back a bit, and let's just say that death is not immediately on the table for us. What about unexpected accidents or illness, or things, heart attacks and strokes, which may leave you disabled and unable to function for yourself? That can happen in a blink of an eye, which it does for some people. We keep putting things off, all the things that we want to do, all the things that we want to accomplish, all the things that we want to experience, all the things places we want to go and visit, and we forget that life has a way of just sort of sidelining us unexpectedly. We don't schedule for illness, we don't schedule for accidents, we don't schedule for death. Just recently I had a friend who had found out that she had 4th stage ovarian cancer, and her prognosis was 3 months. And then when it came down to the final days, she had scheduled suicide because her quality of life had deteriorated to the point where she couldn't go on any further, and had made an appointment and knew the hour and the day of her death. In a way, she was lucky because she was able to put everything in order. Most people have no idea the hour and the time of our death, and we fight so hard to keep it that way. But knowing when she was going, she was able to reach out to those she loved and have those important conversations. Maybe there was some forgiveness that she needed to enact before she left, and just put everything in order before she goes. I mean, my biggest fear is not having things in order before I go, or not telling other people that I love them the way that I want to, and so forth. So we need to really focus in on the aspect of death. We ignore this important fact. We won't be here. Some of us, that time is coming faster and faster. I mean, I just had another birthday, and my allotted time on planet Earth has shortened yet again, and it shortens day by day. It shortens in the amount of time I will have my mobility and my mind fully intact, and my body is mine to use. I have my full sense of agency. So even before we die, our quality of life begins to diminish. So while I am still in full agency of myself, there are many things that I want to do. I want to get in the best shape of my life. This is something that I'm working on right now. I want to create some really great content and books and courses that I want to put out. It doesn't even matter if anybody cares to buy any of this. I know that I did the deed. So many people are trying so hard to be rich and famous and all of that. Why don't you just strive through having accomplished something? That you said yes to the thing that you said that you're going to do, that you fulfilled the promises to yourself. This is what I'm working on. This is the thing that I'm taking people through the aspect of the quest that I have set up. I've just started a 90-day fit quest, but at the same time, I am concurrently running other quests. Every day I'm writing a blog post. Every day I'm hydrating myself. Every day I'm doing something and I get to mark it off. I probably would have done a lot of these things anyway, but it's brilliant to see it marked off each and every single day without fail, no matter what. And I know maybe I'm sounding a little gloomy and doomed to some of you, and I'm a little bit morbid, but I have to tell you, when you get to this point in my life, or even older for some of you that may be watching it, why are you not honing in on the beauty and the fullness of the time that you have left? This is the most beautiful I will ever be in my life. The wrinkles haven't started yet, and I'm able to move, and I'm able to dance, I'm able to lift heavy things at the gym. Today is the most beautiful I will be. This is the youngest I'm going to be for the rest of my life. Tomorrow it will have shifted once again. So you need to take today as the only day that you have. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. So today is the day that you take and you work with it to the best of your ability to fulfill the promises that you have made to yourself. Like, what are some of the things that you can do? Number one, you can have full gratitude the minute your eyes pop open in the morning. Thank you for allowing me to see a new day. This is what I say every morning. Just thank you. Thank you to who? It doesn't matter. Just thank you. Right? If you were a more religious mindset, you go into your prayers of gratitude in the way in which you were taught to do. Thank you, praise and gratitude for all that you have, just basically for all. And I just want you to understand the concept of death and to lean into the concept of death in a way that you may not have considered in your past. There is so much here for you still. And you might say, well, easy for you to say, Pamela, your life might be grand. Your life is all of these great adventures. We all have our situations and our issues in our life that we have to overcome. I don't care what huge house or mansion you're living in or who your mate is. We all have things that we have to attend to. It's the mindset in which you attend to them with. Are you looking at everything as difficult, as impossible? Are you taking an attitude of helplessness and victimhood into it? Well, of course it's going to be difficult for you to overcome, but I just want you to see the beauty of the life force running through your body right now. Whatever issue that you have, the life force in you, the life force within you is here to assist you if you call upon it, to help you think, to help you feel, to help you come to solution. But think about all the things that you have overcome in your life or you have survived in your life. I bet you at the time you were moving through them, you didn't think it was going to be solvable then either, did you? But here you are. Here you stand today again, still moaning and probably still groaning about things. Maybe that is your mindset. That is your default mode where all you do is moan and groan and complain about life. But what if you had no more life or little life to complain about? I bet you then you will see how precious life is and or was, and you spent all of it wasting and ignoring the beauty that surrounds you and the power that was within your grasp the whole time that you were here. The next thing I want to urge you to do is to take a look at what you still have left to do. Maybe make a legacy list of all the things you might want to try to accomplish. And you might say again, oh, Pamela, I'm at a certain age, I don't have enough energy, or I don't have enough time. It doesn't matter. Well, I understand about the energy part, do what you can, but the time, who's to say how much time anything will take, or if you have enough time at all? The point is to begin. There are a lot of things that people have started that they didn't live long enough to see its completion. It was completed by somebody else, just like the gentleman that started building the Brooklyn Bridge. He didn't see it to completion. I believe it was his wife that saw the project to the end. But he didn't in his mind think, oh, well, I'm not going to start this thing because I may not live long to see it. That's the wrong mindset to have. Just begin. Maybe it's about writing your memoirs or writing a children's book or leaving something for your family so when you are gone, they have a part of you still here. still left. So this is really about me urging you to switch up the mindset about aging, switch up the mindset about living. A lot of people are alive, including you, but the question is, are you living? Are you taking each day in its little package, its 24 hours that it is awarded to you, and do as much of it as you can? Or are you living the same day over and over again, the same 24 hours, the way you lived it yesterday, the day before, last week, last year, the decade before, and the last maybe 50 years of your life? Are you living the same day over and over again, with the same people, having the same thoughts, doing the same things, going down the same path to work or to the grocery store, all of it? Are you doing the same thing over and over again? And I'm not advocating that every day your life has to be this big, huge adventure, going down roads less traveled and so forth. But my goodness, make it into something valuable and wonderful and inspirational that other people can gain a little bit of value from, just simply by watching you, just simply by the fact that you showed up for another 24 hours with something to give life, to something to add to life, something to bring to the table. Maybe it's a thought or a concept or a solution. Bring a solution. You've lived this long. There must be things that you now know that you can share with other people that will be of so much help and assistance and value to them. Maybe you want to begin a podcast that talks about all of your life experiences. Or maybe have your own YouTube channel that shares how to have good skin, or how to take care of your hair, or help diminish wrinkles. We can't get rid of those wrinkles, but we can make them look better. Or how to get in good shape, or how to have a healthy second and third half of your life. What can you do? What have you already overcome? What solutions have you found for your life that I know other people are looking for? There are still solutions to things that I'm looking for. And it would be wonderful if other people who have solved those things would step up with the information and say, here, what about this? What about you? What are you doing in your life that says, hey, one, I'm grateful to be alive, and two, this is how I add to the value of life around me without continually taking and consuming? What are you putting back in there? That when you are finally gone, because you will be gone, it's not about if, it's a matter of when. And when you are gone, everybody would have been grateful that you have come this way. What have you done? What are you saying? What are you doing? What are you bringing? You don't have to be of huge value to huge groups of people. It might be of value to one. What are you doing? Right? But first, you need to grab hold of yourself and take control of yourself and gather your thoughts and gather the energy within you and set yourself right. There's so many people trying to fix other people and have yet to have control over themselves. What control do you have over yourself that is meaningful and will bring value to yourself first and to others later? Love yourself first, so you'll be able to love others later. And this is the sort of theme that I'm going to be going through in the month of January. It's my birthday month, so I have lots to say in my birthday month about the quality of life, the value of life, and living a full life as we head into our later and twilight years. It's a grand time to be alive. It's a grand time to see the marvels of this world, the technology, all of it. The fact that we're living longer and longer lives through the advancement of medical science and food, healthier amounts of food, so forth. We're not scrounging around looking to see where our next meal is coming from or if there's going to be water for us. We happen to live in that part of that world where these are not our concerns. Yet we still seem to be so unhealthy and so unhappy and depressed and lonely. Why? Because I think we have been taken away from the fact that we have so much to still be grateful and happy for. We're not looking at that. So I urge you to turn around and look with gratitude at the gift called your life. So with that, I ask you and I invite you to follow me at mojoresources.ca, and there's some wonderful things that you can start picking up there. The premier one being the What If. I've talked about the What If download for a long time, and I think it's a wonderful time to indulge and engage in that. Like, what if you change your mind about your life? What if you set off on a different course in your life? I mean, there's just so many what ifs. Have you taken the chance to go through these questions? What if you took a moment to investigate the value of your life? My name is Pamela Sylvan, and I loved having this time with you, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.